great natural natural solutions for hormone balance beauties. Hey, this is Robin, and it's really wonderful to be here with you today. Whew, we're going through quite an interesting time, aren't we? Yeah, quite an interesting time. And I was talking to one of my clients today, and she said, when I call my friends, she said, if they don't pick up, I say, I know you're in there. It's one of those few times when we know where our family and friends are. So yeah, I love hearing what's going on for you right now. No matter where you're joining in from, I would just love to hear from you. So just say hello, give a shout out. Would love to hear, what's going on for you, both, mentally, what's, kind of ruminating in your head, and then also like what's going on physically and environmentally for you, like what's going on that's so different for you right now with all the sheltering in place. I know that my life is a lot different right now. It's a lot different. My older son moved home. He lost his job. He has some other work he's doing, but his main job, he lost it. And so he moved home, and, we have a very small house. So, we have 3 people in a small house now. And so things are different. Our routines are all changed. And I'd like to say they're all messed up, because they're all messed up. And so, one of the big challenges with the topic today, which is, how to really support yourself around overeating and cravings right now. This is a huge topic because it brings us so much pleasure. It brings us pleasure and comfort and calming, helps us to feel grounded, can give us energy, can lift our moods, can do all those things. And these are really uncertain times. And food is one thing we can do, right? It gives us that, that it's one thing we have control over, but it can make us feel so much better temporarily. So, I get why so many of us are going to food right now. I totally get it. So let's talk about some healthy ways to address this so that we can stay sane, and we can use food not only to help us feel better, but also to really nourish us and keep our hormones more balanced. How about it? Yeah. So some of you posted, you responded to my post asking for feedback on what's going on for you. So I just wanted to share what some of you said and give a shout out to those ladies who posted. So my post was, are you struggling with emotional eating, cravings, or just making poor food choices right now? Post here what's going on for you. So I just want to give a shout out to Darby and to Leanne and to Grace and to Mandy and Caitlin and Shelmu and Lisa and Desir and Sherry and Kristen and Safid, Shamau, Lisa, Bebe, Aditi, Sophie, Cassandra, Jessica, and Melissa. Thank you so much for posting and giving me some feedback as to what you're struggling with now. We have to reach out. We have to ask for help. Because that's how we'll get support. So congratulations for doing that. Way to go. Yay. Okay. So let me just share some of your struggles. And if you didn't post and you would like me to respond, just post what's going on for you right now. I read every single post, and I'll respond to it after our Hormone Breakthrough Wednesday call here today. So just post what's going on for you right now and how you'd like to be supported. I would love to see that. So let's see. So let me just read some of the things that are going on. So emotional eating. Being trapped inside has been tough. I feel like I snack all day long. So that's a big deal because if you go out of your home to work, which most of us do, then you're not tempted by food all day. But when the kitchen is right there and, all we can do really is go out and go grocery shopping. We're supposed to only go out for essential things, and that's it. So we go out and we go grocery shopping, and if we're not careful, we end up with a bunch of things in our basket that we know don't support us, but we know we're going to taste darn good, and it's going to make us feel better because we don't have control over a lot of things. So so grocery shopping and filling our cupboards with, delicious food is one of the things, probably like the only thing we can do right now to get out of our homes. And so that's something that we might find ourselves doing more often. And if we're at home again and not going out to the office, then we're much more tempted to head back to the kitchen if we, want to adjust our moods at all. So I'd like you to just, sit for a minute. Let's close our eyes. You can just put your hands at your heart, put your hands on your heart. That would be so nice. Whew. And just settle in. A colleague of mine, she actually meditates before every meal so that she can regulate her eating better when she sits down to meals. So it really calms your nervous system and can help you better notice when you're full, and also help you making better food choices. So if we just take some deep belly breaths in here and just connect with our hearts. Just connect with our hearts. Whew, feels so good. Oh my gosh, feels so good. All right, let's flutter our eyes open and just arrive here in this beautiful, beautiful place. There's so many wonderful things coming out of this. I think it gives us all an opportunity. I'm going to move the microphone a little bit closer. It gives us all an opportunity to reassess our lives, to figure out what's most important to us, to decide how we're going to move forward once the sheltering in place is lifted. So I'd love to hear from you, like, what might shift for you? What might shift for you once the sheltering in place is lifted, or what has shifted for you? Okay, I'm going to share a few more of what you posted. So Leanne posted all of the above, and I realize this is my opportunity to really make a difference. I love that. Grace said she's craving sweets. Mandy said she's snacking all day long out of boredom. Many of us don't have jobs right now, so we're bored, right? We're really bored. Caitlin says pretty much. Shell says yes, craving pizza, sweets when I gave up on cheese and sugar. Lisa said yes, too stressed out. I'm seeking solace in food. So I happen to know some of you, so I know that you're not bored, that work has gotten harder. So you've had to transition from going into work to working from home, where you had no tools. You had no idea how to do it. Even the company couldn't help you because they had never done it before. So you had to figure out all this stuff on your own, right? It was like crisis management. You had to figure out how to work from home. Your routine's completely changed. I don't want to say messed up because it might not be, but it's completely changed. And that really plays a role in how your nervous system responds. So it's definitely going to upregulate your nervous system and make you crave more. It's going to put you more in the fight or flight mode, right? Anytime we have this powerful change so quickly that we're not prepared for, it's going to have a really big impact on your nervous system. Whew, so just breathe into that for a minute. Yeah, just acknowledge that you've been through a lot over these last few weeks. We've all been through a lot. I know here, just last night, 12 p.m. or 12 a.m., we're no longer allowed to go to the beach. So all beaches, parks, everything are closed. And I know it's been that way in California for other areas before our specific area, but now it's the case for us. And I like to go surfing. That's what I've been doing during this shelter in place, is I've been getting myself into the ocean to just feel some sense of connection with nature and to sort of restore. And now I can't do that. So that's bothering me a little bit, right? That was kind of my outlet. And now I won't be able to do that. So I'm going to have to change up my routine again. And that's going to be important for me to acknowledge and to figure that out. So, so some of us are working a lot harder. I'm not working harder. I'm trying to work smarter, but my business didn't change at all because it's all online. So I don't have more free time. And somebody is posting, I've seen this a few times where, if you don't write a book or you don't, learn some awesome new skill, right, during the sheltering in place time, that you're a loser, right? If you don't make use of this time and, come out some sort of, amazing, with an amazing new talent or, having written a book, then you've wasted all this time. So I just want to help you release that, because that's really stressful. Just release that. Release doing more. One of my clients, she actually has to get up at 3:30 in the morning every day to go to work. And she works 6 days a week, right? 6 days a week. So for years, she has been sleep deprived. For years, she has not gotten enough sleep. So now, right now, she's not working. And she's tired, right? She's tired. She has years of sleep debt. So she's sleeping, but it's hard, right? It's hard to help our nervous systems wind down after all those years of go, 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 right? And getting up early. So I'm having to coach her, right? That it's okay, right? It's okay to slow down. It's okay to let your body relax. It's okay to sleep more and catch up, because the day is going to come when she's going to be back at work, getting up at 3:30 in the morning, and she's going to wish that she caught up on her sleep, right? So that's what would be great to use this time for, is to catch up on things that you really wanted to do, but you couldn't because life was too busy. And if sleep is one of those things, awesome, because just getting enough sleep will help you so much with cravings and overeating. So much. Okay. So let me look here some more. Kimberly said yes, and quarantine is not helping. Gail said, I'm busy, but I'll usually shop. Then I gradually run out of food and then shop again. Now the yummy treats. And instead of running out until I shop again, I'm buying extra and eating them instead of eating sensible things, right? And so I just want to give you, Gail, I just want to give you some grace around that. We are allowed to feel like unstable. We're allowed to feel a lack of confidence. We don't have any control over what's going on right now. None. We can shelter in place, we can wear our masks, we can wash our hands, we can do our part, but we're being told what to do. Life has completely changed for us. So let's give ourselves some grace around some of the choices that we're making right now. And if they're not the best choices, it's okay. Oh my gosh, I think one of the biggest gifts that we can give ourselves is if we choose to eat something that doesn't serve us. If you choose to eat a bag of Cheetos, for instance, or whatever it is for you, if you choose to eat it, enjoy every single bite, because it's when you have that negative Nelly on your shoulder that's telling you all these bad things about yourself while you're eating the treat that you've decided to eat, is what really messes you up. It's going to impair digestion. It's going to make you feel bad about yourself. You're going to have all these negative thoughts in your head that are going to just continue to sabotage you. So instead, turn it around. Enjoy every single bite. Love every single minute of whatever it is you've decided to eat. Doesn't that feel great? You made the choice. You made the choice to eat it, so enjoy it. You'll digest it so much better. So much better. That feels amazing. And then you can make the choice next time you go grocery shopping to not buy those things. I've been shopping for my mother-in-law, And I'm sure she's afraid to put a few things on her grocery shopping list for fear I'll judge them. So the first grocery shopping list was just vegetables and some meats, right? And then some toilet paper and paper towels and some basic things. And the second list actually had munchies on there. So I said, so what are munchies? She said, oh, snacky things, cookies, pretzels, snacky things. So I said, okay, my husband, it's my mother-in-law. So my husband was helping me. So we went and bought her some snacky things. And, I tried to pick things that were a little bit healthier, but they're still real snacky things, right? And, I was very tempted to open one of the snacky thing bags and eat it, right? As we were driving to her house. But I told myself, Robin, if you open that bag, you're going to eat the whole bag. I don't have willpower around that. It's so delicious. I have nothing to do but just sit there, right, in the car. It's like an hour drive to her house and an hour drive home. I'm going to eat the whole bag. Okay, my husband might help some, but I'm going to do a really good job. So I decided to leave it in the back of the car and not open the bag. And fortunately, I delivered it without opening any bags of any of the munchies that I bought for her. Now, I'm not perfect during this time, but it's one way that I can keep myself from, going downhill fast. Because of course it tastes delicious, but I don't have that, stop button. I'm just going to power through and eat the whole thing. So yeah. So just, if you decide to eat it, give yourself grace around it. Desire says, I've been eating because of boredom. I gained 11 pounds in a week and a half. It's mostly bloat. Yeah. And so the good news is, in a really short period of time, Desire, you can switch that back around, right? It's not permanent. And Sherry said, definitely poor food choices because my husband's buying a lot of comfort food. Yes. So, it's even stuff that we don't have control over. It's people who are living in the house with us who are, making the purchases. So now it's there and it's open and it's out on the table, right? And maybe you're eating while you're watching TV, or, you're just snacking because you're bored, or because, you want to feel some comfort. Let me share some of the reasons that we crave. Okay. I'll just use crave or overeat. We can use that too. And then right now in our natural hormone solution group, our 5-element system, we're actually doing the module on cravings because we thought this would help so much. So I really invite you to join us there. I'll post here. That's one of the ways that you can, for next steps, whether you have symptoms of PCOS or symptoms of perimenopause or symptoms of menopause, it is a fantastic program to help with all of your hormonal issues, and you get so much great support in there. So right now we're doing cravings, and you'll get to take this extensive quiz this month. But what I want to share with you is these are the reasons why we overeat or we make poor food choices. One is around sugar. Does it help you feel more grounded? So it could be that you get irritable and shaky between your meals, or if you skip a meal. So if you find yourself snacking a lot, it could be that you are craving sugar to keep you grounded. If you are on the pre-diabetic or you are a diabetic path, it could be that, you crave sugar because your blood sugar is so unstable. And you might find it harder to concentrate when you go too long between meals, and you get irritable if you go too long without full meals. So that is when you would use sugar to keep you grounded. Okay, so just make sure that you're eating for hormone balance, because then you won't have those sugar cravings. And then the second type of craver is really to help you lift your mood. So, we're totally, like I say, we're really off our game or you're off your daily routine. And so it could be that you just want a mood lift. You just want to feel better. You just want to have a little bit more energy and feel happier. And so that would be when you crave chocolate or another sugary food that makes you feel all warm and fuzzy. Another example is if you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep, that those cravings will help you stay asleep. You eat to get to sleep or get back to sleep. If you find that you're obsessed with certain thoughts or behaviors, then you might be craving to tame your mind. If you're hyperactive, you might be using sugar to fix that. If you suffer from headaches, fibromyalgia, if you feel depressed, negative, worried, or anxious, then you're overeating or craving to lift your moods. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to share the 3 last ones. So there are actually 5 reasons that you're going to overeat or crave, and I'll share all 5 with you. And then I'm going to give you some remedies for this. So let me read a few more of your posts. Yeah, and Sherry says a lot of us are stress eating for sure. Yeah. And Kristen said that she's having trouble getting fresh vegetables because she's trying to go to the grocery store less. And so it just means less fresh foods. And so, then we end up making poor food choices. And Safid says, feeling like, why should I try if the world is ending? I should just enjoy food. Whew, that's a big statement. That's a big statement. Yeah, we're hearing about death every single day. We didn't hear about death every single day before, unless there was some weird thing going on, right? Like a crime scene or, something that was newsworthy. But, I actually looked up a statistic yesterday around this because I thought, we never used to hear about deaths every day. And now we're hearing about deaths every day. And in the United States alone, before this special flu virus, almost 7,800 people died every single day here in the US. And we just didn't hear about that. And now we're getting the count every single day on how many people are dying. And that really takes a toll on us. And not only that, but, I've noticed that when I go out, that I'm standing in line to get into the grocery store and everybody's keeping to themselves. People are afraid to be near. They're afraid to talk. They're afraid to be happy. And so it creates this like incredible tension and sense of unease. Don't you feel that? Yeah. And the first couple of times I was like, this feels terrible. I'm here staying at the grocery store and I get to see somebody and nobody's talking. And then I walk around the grocery store and people are avoiding me. It feels really bad. It feels really bad. So last time we went, I just started talking to people. Like, what line of work do you do? And it happened to be a nurse who was standing right there. So she was telling me about what they were doing at the hospital to, gear up, because we don't really have very many cases here where I am. And that is actually the case across the country. There are many, many, many areas that have very few cases. There are just a few hot spots where the population is much denser. So it's so fun to talk to people. So I encourage you to be the light in this really sort of dim time. When you go out to the grocery store, talk to people, wave, smile, do something silly to make them laugh. I think even if we wear a mask and we smile, you'll still see that we're smiling. Our cheekbones, our cheeks raise up, our eyes squint a little bit. Yeah, so that'll help. That'll help our nervous systems so much. Because what's going on in the outside world, I keep bumping my tea. What's going on in the outside world is a result of what's going on in the inside world, in our minds, in our bodies. So this is our time to think about that and to think about fixing that. and changing it. What's going on inside your mind and your body that you could change so that when we're not sheltering in place anymore, it's a better world. What could we each do to make it better once we can go out again? I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Love to hear what you think. Just one thing that you could do. All right, and then I'm going to share something that we've shifted. Shemau says it's really hot here and most veggies don't grow in the very hot weather. So she's becoming short on vegetables. So Shemau, if you can get, frozen vegetables, I think that's a great choice. It's a great choice. And Lisa said, Lisa shared a few tips. I like her tips. Yeah. And Bebe shares struggling with eating right now, less appetite. Don't know if it's because I've just lost my 23 weeks old pregnancy. Oh gosh, my hormones are totally out of place. Yes. Lots of sweats and cold inside. So we just want to send you so much love right now. So much love. Let's give Bebe lots of love right now. You're going to need some healing time. It's going to take you a couple of months for your body to get back to feeling more normal. So give yourself some space. Aditi says cravings and poor food choice. Yes. Sophie says struggling with insane food cravings. 1 out of 3 days lately. Big binge eating, times where I can't stop myself. Then I eat very small the next day so that she doesn't gain weight. So after that, I'm kind of starving and then it comes all over again. Boy, I've so done that so many times. So I'll talk about how you can help that. And Cassandra said, I've been trying to make things at home so I can control what's in my food. That's awesome. Made some beautiful cauliflower soup with nutritional yeast. Still hard some nights not to binge on chips. Yeah, absolutely. And Melissa says, yeah, waking, consistent carbohydrate cravings. Oh, good. Oh, good. So she had an implant for it looks like, something that suppressed her hormones. And so she was kind of going crazy, but now she's feeling so much better. And I'll have to look into that, Melissa, because I don't know off the top of my head if, or how that's related, but I do know that with, anytime you mess with hormones, you're messing with the entire communication system in your body. So of course it's going to have a big impact. And, we don't realize it, but progesterone, testosterone, and estrogen have a huge impact on our brain chemistry. Huge. So, just really quickly, progesterone helps us to stay calm and is wonderful for memory and cognition. And estrogen is really essential for a sharp brain, right? And also memory and cognition. And testosterone is really important for us to get, it's GSD, to get shit done. So testosterone is our motivation, it's our drive. So we've got to have good levels of all three if we want to feel balanced and not have cravings. So absolutely, hormone suppression is going to really mess with your ability to, to eat well, for sure. Okay, so I want to share the other 3 reasons that you might be craving. You might be craving sugar for energy. So, and sugar comes in a lot of forms, right? Not just sugar, but also in chips. Anything that converts to sugar quickly. So baked goods, chips, candy bars, of course. What else? Pasta, breads. All of those are considered sugar. So if you need caffeine in the afternoon to keep you going, if you have difficulty with focus or attention, motivation, if you feel apathetic, so if you feel indifferent or you feel bored, or you feel flat without sugar, then you're going to, crave it to help keep that up. If you feel depressed or negative, and if you lack energy or drive, right? So if you have that lower testosterone, then sugar is going to give you energy, short-term energy. And then is sugar comforting? So after a tough day of work, does eating a pint of ice cream help? Are you sensitive to emotional or physical pain right now? Are you finding that you tear up easily? Do you often eat as a reward for pleasure, comfort, or numbness? A lot of us are turning to food to help us feel better, right? It's our pleasure. And I know many of us, learned to use food to make us feel better because our parents would bribe us with treats, right? If we did good, or if they wanted us to feel better. Do you think of your comfort foods as your best friend, right? So that's when sugar is comforting. And then the last one is sugar calming? So do you eat chocolate chip cookies or other sugary foods to stay cool, calm, and collected? Do you crave alcohol? So many people, oh my gosh, so many of my friends are saying, oh my gosh, my bar is stocked. Down in Mexico, where we have a home in Baja, one of our good friends, they own a wine shop. And they also serve amazing coffee, and they have what's called ley seca going on right now. It's the dry law. I don't know why this has been implemented. You also can't go to the beaches there or anything else, but this ley seca means that no alcohol. So they actually closed all of the liquor stores and anywhere where you can buy alcohol. So they had to shut down, but right before they shut down, people were coming in droves to buy alcohol and stock up. So alcohol definitely, helps us to manage our moods, right? Helps us to feel better temporarily. Do you have anxiety or panic attacks? Do you have stiff or tense muscles? Do you crave foods for stress relief? Like you get home from work or whatever. Right now, you would walk into the other room when you're done with work and you might just hit the cupboards, right? You might say, I need to eat right now. I have noticed that with myself a few days this week already. And I think, I need to like calm down before I hit the cupboards. And then do you feel burned out or overwhelmed? So that's when you would go for foods that are calming for you, right? Sugar, alcohol, things like that. All right, so that's a shortened quiz, but it kind of gives you some idea of why you might be craving right now. So I want to go through some of the reasons, and will you post your reason here? Like what's going on for you around overeating and cravings? Like what do you think is the driving factor for you? Do you think it's boredom? Do you think it's for comfort? Do you think it's for pleasure? Do you think it's to help get you motivated? Do you think it's to help calm you? Why are you craving right now? Why are you overeating? So I'm just going to share some things I wrote down for why it might be worse right now. So this Hormone Breakthrough Wednesday is really just what's going on right now around overeating and cravings, not when life is more normal. So your routine is all messed up, right? That can be a really key reason why you're craving and overeating. You have fear. You have fear of the unknown, right? Fear of all the crazy stuff that's going on. Fear just in general of, when are we going to get back to normal? Like when are people going to stop dying from this? Just fear. When am I going to get my job back? I totally get it. No control over a lot of things. We just don't have control over so many things. And that's very unsettling for our nervous systems. You feel cooped up. Holy cow. We're stuck inside a lot. People don't even want you walking around. They look at you funny. I mean, I notice people like go way around me. I feel like I have cooties. Anyway, it's a very, very strange thing, but we're all cooped up. That's enough to make anyone go crazy, right? We're in like solitary confinement, or it can feel like that. We're living with newer housemates. Oh my gosh. So many of us are living with people who we haven't lived with for a long time or never. People need a place to live if they're out of a job sometimes. So we're living with new housemates. We have to adjust. That is a huge adjustment right there. Yeah, so I already talked about, seeking pleasure, comfort, energy, seeking happiness, seeking feeling grounded, and getting that calming feeling back. Food can do all those things, right? But then it can also sabotage you at the same time. So let's figure out how not to gain 20 pounds during the sheltering in place. So if you've already started down the path of gaining weight, it's okay. We're giving ourselves grace right now. Wear some blousier clothes. But let's get some things in place so that you can stop the madness and start feeling better about things. Okay. So I just want you to know we have this amazing group, right? We're all here to support each other. So post whenever you need support. We're totally here for you. So right now, get sunshine in your eyes. It's been raining here for the past 4 or 5 days. And just now I can look outside. It's foggy today, but it's more sunny and it's not quite as cold. But we still need to get outside and get sunshine in our eyes because that helps to set our circadian rhythm. And our circadian rhythms are all messed up. So what that means is we don't have, the normal hormones, our normal cortisol rhythm for the daytime, and then that melatonin rhythm for the nighttime because we're all cooped up. So make sure that you get outside, that you get sunlight in your eyes first thing in the morning. It's really, really beneficial, especially for women because it helps us to really get our hormones balanced more quickly. You now have the opportunity to create a new routine. So your old routine is out the window right now. Create a new one that really supports you. And I encourage you to actually, get some paper and write it down. What does your new routine look like? How do you start out the morning? What time do you get up? What does your morning routine look like? What does your midday routine look like? What does your afternoon look like? What does your evening look like? And what does your sleep routine look like, right? So get your new routine set. One of the things that we did since my son moved home is he's a great cook. So we actually, even though my husband didn't want to, I'm not sure what that was about, we actually divided up all the 21 meals that we have over the week. And we each took one a day. And so now I only have to cook one meal a day. And whoever cooks has to clean up too. So I only have to cook and clean up once a day. Am I a happy camper? I am a very happy camper. So just simple things like that. We've been doing it for almost a week now. I am so happy. When I get off this call, I get to go home and I get to have lunch ready for me. How amazing is that? I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed. So if you're feeling a little bit jealous right now because you can't do that, I apologize. But that's just one example of something you can do. Just one example of something you can do. And if you have kids at home, I used to have my kids make one meal every week, and I would help them, plan it. And I would go get the groceries for them, depending on their age or with them. And it was so much fun. And so if you have kids at home, you can, put them in charge of a meal for the week. Depending on their age. If they're older, they can do the whole meal, right? Get them involved in more of the house chores. Everybody needs to participate right now. And, make sure that you have your space. I think that's another thing. We don't have enough space, right? We're always around other people constantly, 24/7. We don't even get time, just to drive to the office anymore because we don't get to go there. So that at least was space. So, get space. Lock yourself up in your bedroom, right? Read a good book. Do your work by yourself. Close the door to the bathroom and take a hot bath, right? Things that we can do that just give us that space for our bodies to de-stress so that we can get back into our parasympathetic, our rest and digest, our warm, fuzzy, comfortable place. So what's one thing you can do to give yourself more space right now? Is it taking a bath? Is it locking yourself in your bedroom or just going in your bedroom and having some quiet time to yourself? Like, what special thing can you do that will help to restore you right now? Just post right here, one special thing. All right. So you want to make sure that you eat for hormone balance, so that you eat a high protein breakfast within an hour of waking, and then you eat your lunch 4 to 6 hours after, your dinner 4 to 6 hours after, and you stop eating by 7. Magic. And then, of course, when you go grocery shopping, make sure that you have just eaten a meal, because when you're hungry and you go grocery shopping, it is the kiss of death, right? You're going to start making choices that don't support you. Everything on the shelf looks good, and that's when crazy stuff happens. So be really careful about going grocery shopping hungry. Don't do it, okay? From this day forward, don't do it. Because whatever we bring home, we eat. I'm queen of that. All right, my next tip is to move. You have got to get movement back into your life. So we actually, rolled up the carpet, we moved the furniture, and we set up a little yoga studio in our living room. 3 of us, we all 3 did yoga 2 days ago. So amazing. So, you can do anything, right? There are all sorts of fun ideas for movement. You can actually do dance classes, you can do Pilates, you can do whatever you want. Some people have the games where you can play tennis, whatever it is, just move and have fun and laugh, right? Because we're not getting enough of that. Connect. Get on Zoom. For Easter on Sunday, we're actually going to do Zoom with our family. We're going to all have Easter together. We're actually passing around recipe ideas right now for Easter. So we're going to all figure out what we're going to make for Easter and then hop on Zoom together and have Easter together. So I invite you to do some connection with friends and family on a weekly basis for sure. And then manage your input better. So if you're someone who's watching the news every day, you're going to be so stressed out. News is so negative. It's going to drive you to cravings to feel better. So I invite you not to listen to the news. I know that if there's something really important that I have to know about, I get an alert on my phone, right? That blares this noise at me that says, stay in place. So you'll be notified if something really big is up. Don't worry about that, right? Really moderate your input right now. Really be careful about the negative that you're letting into your body and mind and spirit, okay? Be really careful. Try to focus on those things that make you feel good and happy and bring you up. Do some motivational reading right now. Read some things that are inspiring, right? That's what's going to help you so much. And then my last tip is to get good sleep, okay? Unmedicated sleep, because sleep is probably the biggest thing that is going to help you not crave. So good restorative sleep actually promotes more willpower, makes you happier naturally. So you just won't have those cravings. It helps you build serotonin, our happy brain chemical. Yeah, so I hope that those are some good tips that will help you moving forward with overeating and cravings, not just for now, but for, when life gets back to normal again. And I want to share with you 3 ways that you can take next steps that we can continue working together. The first way is to be in this beautiful group, right? I'm so glad that you're here. And the second way is to join the Natural Hormone Solution 5-element program. It's incredible. And I'll give you a nice coupon code. I think now more than ever, we've got to pay attention to our health and up our game. We have got to stop playing small with our health. If you haven't gotten super serious about figuring out your health problems, this is the time. And the Natural Hormone Solution 5-element system program is a great place to start because it really helps to support all of the different areas of your body for better hormone balance. Okay, no matter what your age, it's fabulous. And the third way is to make sure that you get on our email list, because it's how I can keep you up to date on what we're up to. We have some pretty cool things that we're doing right now. And every week you get powerful information that really helps you to stay in touch. So I think that many of you are already on our email list, but if you're not, you can just post your email here or PM us, send us a private message here on Facebook, and we'll make sure to add you in. All right. Well, congratulations for being here. You're doing such good work showing up to help improve your health, and just want to send you so much love. Bye for now.